the Forward Together podcast. We're excited to be dropping another episode for you. A little abbreviated as we kind of come through the holiday season. It's been a busy time for both of us, but we wanted to make sure that we got this podcast out. Kind of talk about, what we have kind of going on in December and how we stick to kind of our daily routines.
Yep.
So, what are some strategies as we go through the holiday season that you have for kind of sticking to your daily routines?
Yeah. So the way looking at my December, so we got 3 weeks of school, and then we're out for two and a half weeks, I guess. And so just kind of like, it seems like as you go through the month of December, there is always something extra on there. There's an extra event at school, or there's an extra event at church, or there's a banquet to go to, or Christmas dinner. And so just kind of looking at my month, we've got just in the Church of God, we've got retired ministers Christmas banquet. So I like to go to that. Number one, they have really good food, so I like to go. But number two, I like to go and serve because I honor those men and women who ministered for many years and now they're retired. So I like to go and be with them, because we wait the tables for them. The
right.
State office staff is there, and so being Casey's husband, I go and I'm able to be there for that. Then we have our elected boards banquet Thursday night at Hotel Roanoke, so that's always fun. It's nice to go and dress up and be part of that. But you just kind of see like there's extra things added on to the month. So I think one of the main important things for me is to try to keep my mornings as consistent as I can. The time we get up and then we get our workout in, have my devotion time of prayer, because it just kind of sets the stage for the rest of the day. And just I find if you have like short blocks of time where you can get work done, work accomplished, so maybe from 12:30 to 3 in the afternoon, because usually it's by 3 I have to leave to go pick the kids up from school. And so from 12:30 to 3, if I can get in the office. And one of the big things I do to focus to get work done is turn my phone off.
Okay.
And I have another phone there that the church phone. So if there's an emergency or my wife needs to reach me, she knows she can call that. It doesn't ring nowhere near as often as my phone does. So if I'm trying to study and prepare a message or get a lot of work done, I'll turn my phone off so I can just focus for a good 3 hours.
Keeps you from doing the desk scroll as well.
And the temptation of that. Yeah. Have you ever had somebody text you and you pick your phone up to respond to that text, and then you find yourself off somewhere and 5 minutes have gone by and you're just scrolling through stuff?
Find myself off all the time, pretty much. So this is something I'm really passionate about. So we both have really busy lives. So in the next couple weeks, I'll be in Savannah, Georgia on personal time. Literally come back on a Wednesday, fly out to Dallas on a Thursday, get back home on Friday. Following week, I have to go out to Little Rock for work. So definitely a busy month for me, both personally and professionally. And then, but much like you talked about, it's that morning time. So, the Marines used to have that slogan, we get more done before 9 o'clock than the average person gets done all day. You need to subscribe to that. So the thing I'll tell you though, and this is where I think people get tripped up, your early doesn't have to be like my early. I get up somewhere between 3:45 and 4 o'clock every day. Your early might be 7, depending on your work schedule, what you have to get done. But that gives me time to get up. I've kind of slacked off on this, but need to get back to it. I always try to do a devotional in the morning. Workout. I get back. I can generally have all my work, spreadsheet work, reporting, all that done by 9 o'clock. So literally my day, work-wise, is 80% done. We get the podcast shot. If I have to do stuff for my YouTube channel, usually by 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, I am done with everything that can be done. So then for me, I have meetings and stuff like that. And here is the key for all those young folks out there, or maybe some older folks. You have to be willing to give up something. You can't have a structured, productive morning unless you're willing to give up something. And for me, and it took a long time to get there, I don't have a fear of missing out. We have YouTube, so like games, things like that, I'm generally in bed between 9 and 9:30. So there's a sacrifice if you want to be productive and get stuff done and not be sitting there watching TV at night thinking, man, I could have done this.
Yeah.
But the trade-off is I go to bed early, but I get a lot of stuff done. Yeah. So it's kind of like, what do you want to do? But there is a give and take. Last thing, there's a lot of gurus out there that'll tell you they sleep 4 hours a night and they go 20 hours a day. I do not believe it. Google influencers who lie, and they will just show you that they get on here, they get on camera, they talk about this perfect life. There is no perfect life, except within God. But in talking about how to get up and things like that, no perfect life. I don't believe it. Set a schedule, you'll be fine.
And one thing I will tell you on the Forward Together podcast is we will not lie to you. We
No.
will not pretend that we are something we're not on
No,
the podcast.
no, not at all. We are more not than we are, but we'll tell you.
Yeah. So one advantage Jamie has that some of our viewers may not have is that you don't have young children in the house
True.
any longer. Your children are grown and they've got families and careers and now on their own, and so that gives you a little bit of an advantage there.
Absolutely.
I will say my early is not quite as early as Jamie's, but I do have 3 children in the home still, and so I'm not quite as 3:45 up and going as he is, but I'm still up pretty early. And what I find is that helps me is to prepare the night before for the next morning. Sometimes I'm not getting in bed as early as I want to, but I still have. So I do things that like trigger me to start the next day off on the right foot. So if I lay out my clothes that I'm going to wear to the gym the night before, I've already made up my mind I'm going to the gym the next day. They say the heaviest weight at the gym is the front door, which means just getting there is the hardest part.
Some of us have an easier time with that weight than others.
Some do, that's right. And so that's kind of a trigger for me is to lay my clothes out the night before. And then also with my devotions consistently, I will set my Bible, my devotion book that I'm reading, my journal, my daily planner. I'll set all those items out on the kitchen table where my chair is, where I go and sit and have that time the night before. So when I get up, the first thing I see is that those books are there. They're waiting for me. So I go to that spot and I'm able to make sure that I'm consistent with that, because that's absolutely essential that we stay that.
And I think to wrap this one up, we're both busy people. I think we do a pretty decent job of getting our stuff done. And me and you are very different. So I think the key in this is have a plan. Honestly, that's probably the biggest thing. That to move forward together, you have to have a plan of action. And so your plan, I mean, we don't have the same plan of action, but we both still get things done.
Have a plan. Right?
Have a plan.
Have a plan. All right, the word for the week this week is Psalms 100. It says, "Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye the Lord, that he is God. It is he that made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful to him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endures to all generations." And in this season of celebrating holidays, Thanksgiving, and now Christmas is coming, it's a great time, as it says, to enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise, and be thankful to him. Leading up to Thanksgiving, I read a lot about gratitude. I read a lot about how gratitude is really healthy for you to just be able to express your appreciation. And in America, and we're so blessed. We have so much to be thankful for. So as you're with your families this holiday season, and as you are in your houses of worship and expressing your praise and gratitude to the Lord, enter his gates with thanksgiving and bless his name. So we have a lot to be thankful for.
Amen, brother. Amen.
76 days until the Daytona 500.
Couldn't wait for that update. Hey,
you're thankful for that. It's only 11 weeks.
11 weeks till racing starts. Hey, if you haven't, take a moment, subscribe. We drop a new podcast every Monday morning, and we're happy you're here with us.